Hello everyone and welcome back. Great game one to start off the day. But now it's time for a game of our own. It is time for the return of the newly duo game. Reminder, yesterday, this was a flawless score coming out from Desirex. And we're going to swap it this time. Joshi, you're going to be answering questions about Desirex this time. Are you ready? Because this could cause some fatal flaws in your caster relationship.
You said you were going to make it harder on the rest of us. We'll see if I can do it. Trust me, Eric, I do love you, even if I don't get all of these right.
You better get them all right. There's no word that says love more than 100% towards my heart, Josh. Please.
I did make them a little bit more difficult. I didn't make them impossible. So you do have a chance for a flawless score, and we started off early. We started off easy. So the very first question that we have, we're going to keep it game related. We're going to keep it related to what we just saw. What, according to Desirex, was the most surprising player performance in our first game? Desirex, you write it down in the game that we just saw. Desirex, you write your answer down. Joshi, you just have to do a nice think.
Most surprising.
Most surprising player performance. Could be good, could be bad.
Oh boy.
Desirex, you gotta let me know when you are ready.
I have two potential answers that I think you might be
ready.
going for.
I'm ready.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Joshi, what was the most surprising player performance according to Desirex?
I think Eric was most surprised by Surdy this game. Let's go!
Yo!
Okay. Whew.
All right.
Let's
First
go.
question.
All right,
First
we're on
question.
the board. We're on the board.
On the board. We're starting on a
the
good
board.
note, okay? It's only going to get a little more difficult. Another easy one. Should be easy one. Next
Okay.
question. What was Desirex's favorite play of the game?
Favorite play of the game.
Yeah.
There's a couple that come to mind as well for this one. Okay.
No pressure. It was only
No
a flawless
pressure.
score yesterday. Don't worry.
Oh, this is a tough one.
Okay.
Favorite play of this game?
I'm trying to
Yeah.
beam my answer to you.
To have that telepathic connection between
Telepathic
you two.
connection.
Okay. Favorite play of the game. All right.
Yeah.
Uh,
Gotta let me know when you lock in your answer.
it was...
It was. I thought you were about to spoil it right there. No
It just says it
cheating.
out loud. Just says it out loud.
If you have to cheat, I already know everything I need to know about this caster duo. That's all I'm saying.
Eric would never cheat on me.
All right. Well, I mean, at the
Okay,
end of
I
the
got
day,
it.
we can do a duo game. We'll
Okay,
see.
okay.
All right.
I
Yoshi,
think.
which was
I
it?
think, based on what Eric said at the end of the game, his favorite play was Harry's fancy feet top lane.
Oh no!
Oh no!
That
Harry's
reaction.
teleport to the mid lane with Jan getting away.
Oh,
no!
At least
Fortunately,
got the
still
right
ran out.
player.
Still ran
At least got the right
that
player.
is an X. We'll give half points just so we know that you're at least aligned on the player. But
At least we're the right player. Yeah. There's a lot of good plays that game, but he pops off so hard off of everything. It's one of my favorite things about him.
all right. Now we're getting into maybe a little bit more difficult. We'll have to see. Which player would Desirex trust to be able to clutch up in any moment?
This is a fun one. You know
Okay,
what? You know
okay.
what? I got it. I think he's gonna resonate this with me pretty easily.
Okay.
So, what you got?
All right. Desirex, you ready? You got it?
I'm ready.
All right, Joshi, which player?
Is it Harry again? No!
Oh,
Oh,
Joshi, that was so
no.
obvious. I knew that. It's always Ayla.
That was my answer too,
Have you
but
learned
he's just been.
nothing? It's always,
It's always
Ayla.
Ayla. It's always
We're
Ayla.
seeing
What am I doing,
everything
man?
just fall apart right now. I'm
Wow.
getting a divorce, man.
Okay.
Yikes, we got 3 more questions.
This is not
I'm
good.
a little scared.
This
It's
is
not good. All right. Which player, next question here, which player would Desirex invite to family Thanksgiving dinner?
Good questions. I like this.
That's a good question. That is a good question.
Good question that he's not gonna get right.
So I made it possible, but
Okay.
I didn't make it easy.
Possible, yeah.
All right.
It's basically a 1 out of 10
Trying to
chance.
figure out, like who he knows well, like what personalities would resonate. I got a couple potential answers that I think might be on the board,
Okay.
right? Because I feel like there are some that just have like a certain personality that would work really well with the way that Eric would likely do a lot of these things.
Okay.
So we'll
Alright,
see which one of my answers
I'm ready.
was right.
Desirex, you got your
You ready?
answer?
I'm ready.
You're locked in? Alright, Joshi, which is it?
Bradley.
You got it right, baby. Let's go.
Let's go!
Congratulations, you are even.
Even 2 and 2.
This is not the one I'm
2.
ripping up this time, so congratulations.
Okay.
Hey,
It doesn't have to
hey,
go into the other one.
The little
Yeah, the other one I was thinking might be Tomio, because Tomio is just like a character to have. But
Tomo's
Bradley-
really funny. Yeah.
you know, he's the one you take home to mama. You know.
That's exactly what I was thinking. Roll
Alright,
next. Roll
alright.
next.
We're 2 and 2 right now. Question number 5. What is Desirex's favorite part about Academy as a whole?
This is a very obvious one to me.
Yeah.
That's what's gonna make it sting even more if Joshi can't get it right. This is a relationship ending question right here.
All right. I think I know what the answer better be, Eric.
Okay.
So writing down.
I just wrote it down. What do you got?
Alright, you got
It's
it. All right,
casting
Joshi.
with me.
Uh-oh, I'm in trouble. I'm in trouble. Oh, that's a developing talent. Oh, no.
Oh!
Oh,
Yeah.
oh no. Oh, no.
Ooh!
Oh, no.
You might want to change that answer real quick, buddy.
Oh, shit.
I think mine was right, even if he didn't write down the answer. There you go. There you go.
This next question feels even worse now with everything that's been going, and I am here for it. Final question of our newlywed game. What is Desirex's favorite part about Joshi?
I
don't think I'm allowed to say the real answers on stream.
Hold on, I threw my pen when I was freaking out. Here we go. Okay. Alright, my favorite part about Joshi.
Yep.
Hmm.
And this is to go, not even for all the marbles, this is to go even in the game.
I
mind
know.
you.
I know. We'll see what we can do.
Alright, I got my answer.
Okay.
Alright.
I'm gonna guess that Eric's favorite part about me is how easy it is to bridal carry me.
Everything.
Aww.
I feel like
blush.
I feel like that's a cop-out answer, but also to note,
It's my redemption
Joshi,
answer.
hey, Desirex's redemption answer, and that is Joshi getting it wrong. So congratulations, you are 2 out of 6 on the Newly Duo game.
Eric loves me 3 times as much, I guess. I'm sorry, Eric.
True.
I'm
See
just
how
not
much I'm
capable
blushing
of the
right
love
now?
you are.
We already knew that from the meetings, as Desirex introduced himself as "I love Joshi," and Joshi just did not care back whatsoever for Desirex. So I already saw the cracks forming. It's sad, but I'm glad that the duos that we have in game seem to be a little bit more put together than the relationship falling apart in front of my eyes. It was a good game to start off the series, especially if you're a TL fan here, Joshi. That is for certain.
Yeah, we definitely got to see Team Liquid put their best foot forward. That was a little bit longer than the 28 minutes I was promised. We hit 30:45 was the last time I saw when the game actually closed down. So that's the time that they end up using at the end of it. But it is a situation where Team Liquid, they never felt like they were really behind. They made like 1 or 2 mistakes where Ayla kind of got caught out earlier on in the game. And it put Team Liquid in a little bit of an awkward situation. But they never really let up on the gas. They continued pressuring. They continued trying to look for a situation where evil geniuses would falter, and they were able to find them.
And credit where credit is due for the bot lane of Kaori and Smoothie. Smoothie, even though he didn't have the best performance, he did still have some highlight moments. The dragon fight is what comes to mind, where he was able to get that stun with the handshake that set up the charm for Sligo. You know, good moments like that to come through. There is a lot that they need to work out. I'm sure Smoothie is working out some rust at the moment, as he did take a split off last spring. So I do see the potential there, the explosive potential of that Kalista and Renata combo, and what Kaori and Smoothie can do with it.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see what they are going to be doing in the second part of the game. I think the easiest places for Evil Genius to kind of tighten up some screws is make sure that Surdy is a little bit safer on the split pushing when he's actually able to push up, right? He got caught out a couple of times trying to make plays after the play had already finished. He tried to get that little bit of extra damage on the turret. Sometimes that was just him being too far forward. Sometimes that was Evil Geniuses not creating pressure for him on the rest of the map. And that's something that I think that Evil Geniuses can very quickly coordinate in the second game.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see, since, you know, some players getting the rust off, heading into the second game, how that can switch up. It is time to head into the Champ Select to see what Evil Genius can do for our second match of the day. Let's go.
Second game, it is now time. Now time for Evil Geniuses to put up or shut up. Let's see if they can really bring it here. I mean, it's a tough task against Team Liquid Academy, Josh. This team, they are the reigning defending champions coming into this. Day 1, they looked phenomenal, and they're pulling this into Day 2.
Yeah, we've been seeing some great stuff from them. They have to have the shortest average game time of any team in the tournament so far. Now, admittedly, it's only been 3 games, so we have a lot more League of Legends left to play throughout the rest of the season. But getting off to this early start is very strong. With the Gwen ban coming through, we're definitely seeing a lot of differences between the way the Team Liquid are playing up against Evil Geniuses and the way that they were playing up against Golden Guardians yesterday. They're not going for as many bottom lane focused bans. Instead, it's going to be a bit more happy to let Kaori play what he wants, with the exception of the Kalista, which he's now played twice this series, or twice this season.
Yeah, so unlucky, not able to grab that one thanks to that ban coming away. So we're not going to see that explosive bot lane. We'll see what else is in the wheelhouse of Kaori at the end of the day, and what he's willing to bring out. I know the Kog'Maw is a big one that hasn't been banned away just yet, that he did play in Day 1. It's still on the table, one more ban to go out of EG, and they're going to take away the Lulu, so Kog's still up. And Lulu.
Yeah, Kog'Maw's still available. The Renata is still available as well. Wukong is still on the table. Lots of powerful picks to be traded between these two teams. We'll get to learn a lot about the priorities of Team Liquid, right? We know that they love the Wukong. We know that they feel a bit more comfortable just allowing Yan to play something like an Ezreal, like they've done several times so far this season. And this is where Team Liquid have to kind of make some decisions as to what style of team they are. And they are going to be picking up the Wukong, get that little bit of monkey business going on.
Wukong has become a pretty high priority pick. You know, you can play it in the weak side over in the top lane, and it's become a pretty prominent jungler. Response out of EGA. They're only hovering for the time being. Hold your breath. Now you can let it out. Senna locked in.
I love Senna. This champion is so good. You are able to play it so effectively with a number of different supports. You can play it as a support, right? It can be played by both Kaori and Smoothie, but it's tried and true coming through for Team Liquid. You got the Ezreal Karma. They have a strong backline. They have a strong front line. They've got a little bit of everything already going on, whereas Evil Genius is going to be the Senna Tahm Kench potentially coming through for them, and it is locked in. So this kind of locks Senna into the lane with her partner, right? You're not going to be allowing Smoothie to roam around nearly as much, and that does allow Team Liquid to go for something that they have been very well known for in the past. You send Ayla, you send the support up to deal with the Rift Heralds around 8 minutes, around 10 minutes a lot of the time in order to go for that objective, and Yan just stays down in the bottom lane, and he's not going to be super pressured by Senna Tahm Kench most of the time.
No, you can't really set up too much of a dive onto an Ezreal by himself, and with this lane specifically, as you just mentioned, the Senna Tahm Kench. As we do head into the second phase of the draft. Now, GP was something that I didn't even realize was still on the table. Went by in that first round, going to be bound away in this one.
Yeah. I mean, we know that there's a lot of Bradley gangplank coming through. We just saw the Olaf come through, and, you know, it wasn't his best performance so far at this split, but we also had some fantastic performances yesterday on both the Fiora and the Jace, and we know that as his champion pool continues to expand, he's got a lot of different options, but this time he will also have to blind into whatever it is that Surdy is going to be playing, and Surdy is a player who plays a lot of different things. I know he's been playing a lot more Vladimir into things like the gangplank on Champions Queue, but with the gangplank taken off, Surdy still has a lot of different things that he can play. He was well known for the Camille last season.
And he does have a lot of backup with Tomio being on that Viego. We did mention earlier, Tomio likes to scrap, likes to fight. Very high KP. Viego plays towards that style for Tomio, so if you can pick something that has some sort of agency on that top side, Tomio can definitely try and embellish that.
Yeah, and with a bunch of mid lane bans coming through, we know that Saligo was willing to blind the Ahri last time around. This time, with the Victor counterpick taken off by Harry, I'm curious what he's going to actually be playing into something like that. Saligo was well known for his Zoe. I feel like this is one of the pairings that we've often seen over and over again, but instead, going to be picking up Serta's Fiora. We know this champion is blind, but we know it has an okay matchup into the Wukong. We know that it creates a lot of pressure later in the game, but this also puts a lot of pressure on the rest of Evil Geniuses because their core 3 that they picked, the Viego, Sen, and Tahm Kench, is kind of missing the ability to do a whole lot. They're very disparate in the way that they like to play.
It's a lot of scrapping, it's a lot of fighting. If you get a gold lead, it can really pop off at the end of the day for EGA, but it needs that setup, right? Team Liquid Academy now, their response is going to be grabbing the Ahri into the mid lane for Harry, and just hovering the Cassiopeia for now, but Ian will be on the Ezreal for this one. So we pretty much have all the lanes solid out. The bot lane already showed, mid lane showed. We're just waiting to figure out where that Wukong is going to go, if it's going to Bradley or a man.
Yeah, this Cassiopeia hover, I know Illa's like, he's a troll. Every single time you get into Champions League, he'll just hover different things, but it's gonna be the Kennen coming through. Oh, that's really exciting. So, there's a very interesting interaction between Kennen and Fiora that makes this relatively Kennen favored. So, the way that it works is when you throw out, like, a Q or a spell in order to get one of the marks of the stun on someone, it doesn't actually apply if Fiora is using the riposte at the time. And so, because you never technically hit 3 marks of the stun, you don't get stunned on the repost on the way back, so you're even able to just kind of use the ultimate while Fiora is sitting there and repost, and that can be something that Bradley can really abuse. Now, I don't know if I've ever seen Bradley play his character before, but I know he's going to be experimenting with all these things. I know he's got the confidence in order to try all of these champions out on the Rift, on stage, and going up against Serti, who kind of had his number a little bit last game, is now going to be trying to flip the script.
Yeah, and this is wild to me because the Kennen picked up, it's TLA, and you know what I'm thinking, Josh. You know exactly what I'm thinking. Wait a second. This is not Jenkins, this is Bradley over on the top side. It's still fun to see the Kennen over on the side of TLA because, you know, the 4 members on this roster did play a lot with Jenkins and did play a lot with that Kennen, but now we're going to see that Kennen. And the type of team fight potential that we have with this kind of wombo combo that we have both with the Cyclone and the Slicing Maelstrom.
Yep. We have a lot of tools coming out for the side of Team Liquid. The way that they like to play around all of these objectives where they're going for the team fights whenever they are around, it's very naturally playing into that. You have a solid backline, you have you know, an Ahri who's kind of a midfielder who can choose to either kite back or go forward really aggressively. But on the other side, I feel like Evil Genius' composition is a little bit more difficult to play, right? And you have a lot of these champions that are trying to do their own things, always looking for all these picks. Sen and Tahm Kench are kind of like their own unit, and as all of these champions kind of try and play on the same Rift, I'm curious how they're going to be able to play against a much more cohesive Team Liquid.
Well, we'll see how they play right now because the gameplay is now ready. We are headed to the Rift for game number 2. Team Liquid Academy versus Evil Geniuses Academy. Now, I want to know your opinion on this one, Joshi, because we have Saligo going on the Zoe in the mid lane. Did play that yesterday against Dignitas with 1-0 and 2. No deaths, but not impactful enough to actually get a win for Evil Geniuses.
Yeah, I mean, whenever I see Saligo play Zoe, we called it out. It's one of the champions that I feel like he is best known for in League of Legends, right? Whenever you see it come through, it's the Zoe Twisted Fate. Zoe Twisted Fate, that's what we always like to see from Saligo in terms of the things that they play all the time. But it's not the easiest thing in the world. It's not a bad matchup into the Ahri, but it is one where if you get caught out, you can go down very, very quickly. But if Ahri isn't able to land the charms, then you're going to be absolutely golden. So there's a lot of dancing between these two characters that we're going to have to see. And whenever I think of characters in the mid lane or players in the mid lane who are good dancers, it's Harry.
Yeah, he's got the fancy feet. He's got the fancy feet, Josh. I wonder where he takes his lessons at.
That's a good question. I'm going to be taking river dancing lessons here in the near future, so there might be new opportunities for content with that as well. Maybe I could get Harry to go along with me at some point.
I mean, take that all the way back here to Los Angeles, and I'll join you, brother.
Oh boy, I would love to see that. We would make a very good river dancing partners.
Better
if you guys
than-
haven't
better
seen it,
than
yeah, go look it up at some point, right? Just like what river dancing is. It is very Irish and it's very cool.
So getting back into this game right now, taking a position where these junglers are starting, both of them on the bottom side, red side start, coming out from Armeo, blue buff for Tomio. Gonna lead over towards this top side. Full clears are much more common since this durability patch, getting that income early reset. We'll see what they do with this positioning towards the top side as they finally start clearing those final camps.
Yeah, you see the absolute brawling coming through. Also, if anybody is curious, the scoreboard is not currently being updated. If we could get our observers just tap O twice, that would be great, so we can get the CS numbers updating. We're definitely in a bit of a game where we're going to have to pay a lot of attention to how our laners are actually going to be playing out, right?
Yeah.
You see that Bradley's already been pushed around pretty heavily by Surdy on a champion that we know he has a lot of success with. So I feel like we're getting a very different version of Bradley going up against Surdy, because Surdy, he was a coin flipper last time. That's the reputation that he had built up for himself. He didn't necessarily get a lot of support from Tomio. Instead, he had to try and make his own plays, and that led to him, as you said, having a low KDA, not necessarily because he wasn't getting kills, but because he was only right about 60% of the time.
We'll see if Tomio can actually pack this now, as it has been some time off. Tomio's on this Viego, clearing towards topside. We'll be able to grab that scuttle, and hopefully he can provide some agency up there for Surdy to actually enable this Fiora, because Fiora with a gold lead, it can do a lot of work. It can just be a side lane menace. Both of these junglers are now going to meet towards the Skull Crab, but Tomio, faster to punch, smites it away.
Yep. There you go. It is going to be a small situation where Tomio should be ever so slightly ahead, having picked up that Scuttle Crab, but Armeo is still here to make sure that Tomio isn't able to do anything. And,
The Abyssal Voyage comes right out, gets the knock-up on to Ayla, but Ayla puts the tether on Smoothie for bind. Return fire, but no one gonna go down just yet. It just shows you how scrappy these bot lanes have been. I keep mentioning it time and time again, but it really is shocking to me how much these bot lanes have been fighting, and Tomio wants a piece of it.
yeah, he's coming down. Armeo is on the bottom side of the map too, but he is going to be late. Tomio's got this window. We'll see if he can make it work.
Well, they now know he's there. Jan able to jump away, gets rooted up. Abyssal Voyage goes out, but Flash too fast. Smoothie now critically low, falls to about 100 health. The heal used to boost him back up to make sure he doesn't fall. Armeo just stalking this bottom side to make sure his bot lane doesn't fall.
Yeah, they got to make sure they get this wave in. Evil Geniuses trying to push it through so they can go up and even help out Tone to potentially fight for the Scuttle Crab. But, it looks like Armeo is going to have to bail on that as well. So, small advantages coming through from the side of Evil Geniuses' bottom lane. I was a little bit surprised that they were struggling in Spawn and JJ. This is much closer to the version of Kaori and Smoothie that I was expecting, having more success early on in the game, actually going toe-to-toe with some of the better lanes, and doing it on Santa Tom Kench will allow Kaori to be this massive threat later on in the game by going this Umbral Glaive lethality build.
That Kaori and Smoothie solid in the bottom lane so far, especially in this match against Jan and Ayla, who's notoriously one of the best. Now in the top lane, Surdy looking to get a kill onto Bradley. A couple more autos should do it. A flash forward. He finds the Vital, but the tower. One more shot. The minions to finish it off. The pot. Too much healing. Surdy with the solo kill versus Bradley.
It's the 60% of the time, every single time coming through for Surdy. He finds the solo kill. This time it is able to back out. There we go. We got our scoreboard back. Surdy is also finding a small lead up here in the top lane, but finding that first kill in a matchup that's supposed to be pretty decent for Kennen is huge.
Now here comes Tomio revisiting this bottom lane. Exhaust goes on to Jan. He doesn't have flash. Arcane Shift was already burned. Easy pickup for Evil Geniuses as they're going to go too early 5 minutes into this, taking an early lead.
Good stuff coming through from the side of Evil Genius' bottom lane as well, right? Their top lane is winning, their bottom lane is winning, their mid lane is winning as well. So Ligo is really pushing Harry around at this point in the game. It's not normal for Team Liquid to be this far behind across the entire map. So this is a pretty big success for Evil Geniuses. Now, their win conditions can be a little bit more difficult, right? We were saying that they were really focused on trying to play all of these disparate portions of the actual game, but if any of these pieces get really far ahead, it gives a very obvious way for Evil Geniuses to kind of play this through. Surdy now has that kill. He's up 10 CS. He can start looking for split pushes. He can look for more of these solo kills because Bradley doesn't have access to that flash the next time.
I still can't believe he survived this. You see the tower shot go off. I want to see the health number. 14, 11? 11 was his...
9?
9. 9, and he pops the health pot and heals right back up. That was so close from Surdy. Really, really limit testing on that one, but gets the 1v1. Great play against Bradley.
Yeah. Make sure you drink your fortified versions of the health potion so you get the extra calcium. That's what you need on the durability patch to make sure that you're able to stay alive over and over again. It just feels like Surdy goes for a lot of these plays, and when he's on champions that are good duelists like this Fiora, it really exacerbates some of the ability for him to control the game. And he didn't stick around this time either. He didn't get caught out by Armeo, so it feels like Surdy is starting to come up with a win. He's calming down a little bit, and that's what we need to see from this player.
Meanwhile, on the bottom side of the lane, Tomio has just been setting a tent down here. There's a campsite. He's got a grill and everything to do what it takes to take down the bot lane of Team Liquid Academy. Jan and Ayla constantly have to watch out.
Yeah. See? Oh, wait, they changed it. That's not how it used to work. I don't know if you guys remember at the beginning, I was saying that you don't actually get stunned if you get hit with the third one, but apparently now you do. Bradley actually takes a stun. That makes this matchup quite a bit worse than it used to be historically, but as he is now getting pushed around, notice Soligo is up here. It's not just Surdy trying to make sure that he gets strong. Soligo's here, Tomio's here, and I don't think that ward's in the bush.
Wait, no, they're just bailing out from this. Not going to set up for the dive. They did notice the rotation coming out of Harry. As you see, they did have that ward over there on the ramp. Now they're getting the sleep and the isolation onto Armeo, but the charm gets returned. Armeo flashes away. He's under the tower. Another paddle star coming through, but can't get close enough to Armeo to land it. Now Fi going on in the bottom lane. Smoothie falls low, but yet to fall completely. True Shot Barrage is already down, so Jan can't extend for that kill. No one's going to go down in a couple of close skirmishes. Oh, call me a liar right now. Prove me a liar right now. Ultimate comes out from Cowrie. Flash out of Ayla, and now it's Smoothie and Cowrie who are on the chase. Making this go net neutral. Jan jumps in with another arcane shift, and it's causing Armeo to take notice at these low health bars, at this money just waiting to be banked. Armeo goes forward, gonna hop in. There's the Cyclone being used, brings low Smoothie and takes him down. Has another charge of it, so one more knockup, just guaranteeing that the assists are grabbed by the bottom lane. It's a double kill for Armeo.
Ooh, Monkey Business coming through, finding the double kill. The fact that he gets the knockup and prevents Smoothie from jumping out with the Abyssal Dive was massive. It means he gets both kills coming out at the same time. But this is the trade that we often see. Tomio is a player that doesn't often try and match where the enemy jungler is. He's not the kind of style that wants to prevent things from happening. He will go to the other side of the map in order to try and get plays where they have a man advantage, and this time he's going to be one of the players who's actually going to be picking up the Rift Herald. And as Evil Geniuses are coming through from the lead, the fact that Viego has a kill, the fact that Surdy has a kill, suddenly means that these players are going to be the ones that we're going to have to focus on for the next several minutes. Surdy is continuing to balloon the CS lead up here in the top lane. Unfortunately not going to be able to go for a dive, but it's still a lot of control having already picked up 2 plates.
I want to compound that with Soligo, who's been doing fantastic. Now a fight going out in the bottom lane as Jan doesn't realize he's walking into a 2v1, but Smoothie and Cowrie don't realize it's a 3v2. True Shot Barrage comes out. Armeo going deep after Cowrie. Will grab that. Only Smoothie remains, and you know, Armeo's going to be the blender. Doesn't have the ultimate to actually do that blend, and so Smoothie gets out.
And this looks like something that they're going to be able to convert into the first dragon of the game as well. So Jan going to be pushing things up while Ayla and Armeo actually start hitting the objective. They see exactly where Smoothie is, and if Tomio hits this, they will know where he is as well. So Team Liquid in control, but a tenuous control.
Going forward is Tomio. He's looking for the steal right now. Armeo's playing this carefully. Will secure it. Over towards the mid. Soligo over the wall, has to flash. Getting chased on and collapsed by Harry and Ayla. As well as Surdy, who's been doing so well on this top side. A lot of small plays coming out all across this map. Surdy, once again, might be going for a kill pretty soon. Same thing with Evil Genius's bot lane, who's been trying to isolate Jan, but that wave not really pushed in, so Jan doesn't have complete safety. The complete safety of being underneath his tower. Smoothie and Cowrie, they're just looking for one form of crowd control to try and get this capitalization in. They're able to get it with the slow. Abyssal Voyage comes out, gets the knockup onto Ayla. A couple more autos go through, but you got to watch Jan. Ultimate goes out. Jan gets out of it and takes down Smoothie. In the process, Cowrie gets caught with the Cyclone.
Young gets out, John goes in, and oh no, Surdy finds a solo kill top lane as well. Every single time he's able to go underneath this turret. Bradley, he's playing this cannon. I don't think I've seen him play this champion before. It doesn't look like it's working out right now because Surdy is in total control. And so now, Eric, we have the arms race. Surdy, Jet, Joy up here in the top lane, looking to take control, looking to create split push pressure on the map because Jan and Ayla have now reasserted control. Not only are they starting to win in kills, but look at the CS differential coming out from Jan. He's got 101, Smoothie's only got 48. He is not able to farm at all. This is supposed to be a lane where you get a lot of money into the top bench, and he is going to be super for it.
Oh my goodness. Oh, looking for an engage was Armeo right there, but didn't fall through with it because he doesn't have the Cyclone, so it's just about establishing that aggression and that vision control. Now, we are ready for a replay to take a look at what had just happened a moment ago because, my goodness, these 1v1s have been intense, Josh.
Yeah, and it's just Bradley not respecting how powerful Surdy can be. The extra hit coming through from the Q and the long range from the parry just means that Bradley not quite understanding how to play this matchup. He can't be as close as he thinks he can, and when you start getting that kind of pressure, you now bring Surdy up. He's got the Rift Herald in order to try and take control of the map. Armeo not there in order to try and get the counter gank, so this is going to be probably the entire turret going down, and they're gifting as much of that money as they can over to Surdy.
Oh, Bradley has to make haste. Get out of there. Tower goes down, Shelly's able to grab it and cash in more gold to Surdy.
Run, Bradley, run!
This side lane's getting brutal as Evil Geniuses want to expand this lead. Tomio finally paying a visit up there after the Rift Herald. Bradley flashes away to get safety, but it looks so doomed on this top side. Surdy's popping off.
Yeah, he's gonna have to back away though. Look at this, Team Liquid trying to hammer down the nail.
Oh, here we go. Armeo, Harry on the flanks, now looking to jump in, being spotted out. Harry goes after Surdy. Out comes the ultimate from Surdy, who's able to get a good chunk of damage, pops the challenge, but the healing is not enough. Still going to be a shutdown. Armeo gets it.
Yeah, it's not just Surdy that's a little bit too far forward. Good job on Team Liquid to prevent any more bleeding on the top side of the map, but that is still Surdy. He got 2 kills effectively off of the death of that turret. And Jan and Ayla, at the same time, look at the arms race that's going on. Eric, you see, again, Surdy, he got 2 kills off of that kill top lane. He's up 2,000 gold, but in the bottom lane, Jan's up a similar amount on the other side of the map, and the rest of the map, a little bit even. You see a lead coming through from Armeo, but with all the fighting coming through, it's on a hair's breadth.
Jan is so good at Ezreal, forces the flash, not even needed. Burn goes through, gets the kill on the Smoothie. Now Jan jumping forward, goes after Cowrie. Cowrie just gets out. Head for the heals. You don't want anything to deal with the bot lane Team Liquid when they're this far ahead.
Okay, well, Surdy might want to. He's also very far ahead.
See good challenge. He's got to close
Monkey Man.
a lot of distance. Doesn't realize that Armeo is there. He starts to flip out, tries to go bananas, gets the knockup onto Surdy. Jan follows through, and Surdy realizes this is the wrong side of the rift to be on.
And now Surdy recognizes that it is Armeo who is trying to prevent anything from happening, quietly becoming super strong. 4-0 and 3. He got the double kill earlier. Now he's here to make sure that his bottom lane can crash without any interference. And Bradley getting some time to farm. He was down 20-30 CS previously. Even though he's not getting the same number of plates and the same amount of gold, the fact that he is farming back into the game is good news for Team Liquid.
Time that Surdy's dead is time that Bradley is happy to just free farm. Sadly, as he said, no more plates. It's still going to be a while before he's able to get that tower. But Bradley can play from behind, can catch up. Even Kennen is still a pretty good teamfight tool. Yeah.
You know what time it is?
What time is it? Oh, I see it.
You know what time it is in game?
It's
team fight time.
Team fight time.
We got everybody coming through. We got the Dragon. Now we know how Team Liquid like to set this up. It's very standard. They take control of choke points. They get there first. They get all the vision. Evil Geniuses. They had some really strong flanks last game, particularly coming out of Saligo, but he doesn't have a teleport. And so I thought it was team fight time. It's just disappointment time. As instead, Evil Geniuses are going to be backing away, giving over a Dragon. We'll see if they can try and find something else on the map, because Surdy is still very strong. He's not a great team fighter on the Fiora. He's not awful at it, but it's not something the champion is known for. They try and trade for the Rift Herald, but Team Liquid are just everywhere.
It would have been so juicy to get in and put more gold onto Surdy, continue this split push, but as you said, they are everywhere. There's an infestation of Team Liquid on the Rift. They're going to be able to take Shelly. secure that and use it for their own sieges. Evil Geniuses are just cowering behind. Ayla so deep into this jungle. Looking good for the reigning defending champions thus far.
Yeah. Well, we have... Okay, so it was 30-45, so they have until 26 minutes-ish in order to make sure that we can get through Spawn's prediction of 56 minutes of total game time. That's 10 more minutes, and we know Team Liquid is going to be waking up very soon, so Surdy is on a timer. Yes, he scales very well, but as a team, he actually has to get things done during Team Liquid's major power spikes. That's why they give him the red buff. That's why they put him off in the side lane to try and bully Bradley around, but the arms race isn't nearly as equal as we were hoping it to be as what we saw previously.
Not at all, as Team Liquid start to assert their authority into the jungle of Evil Geniuses. And you're starting to see the struggle come up. This bot lane that's fallen so far behind is conceding so much room to Team Liquid, conceding so much vision to Team Liquid.
Yeah.
Every time they run in, because all that power, all that gold is over here in the top lane on Surdy, who's been taking down Bradley time and time again. And you can see right there, even though the stun goes through, Bradley so critically low, still has to take the recall and step away from this farm, step away from the CS. It's a job well done for Surdy.
Armeo's here, Bradley's still sticking around. That should be a clue to Surdy that it might be time to leave. Armeo's going to be reclaiming his side of the jungle, and so this is kind of what we were looking at before, right? With Surdy push so far up, you need other points of pressure on the map from Evil Geniuses, but they're not able to exert that right now because the other four are just not strong enough in order to get that done. So it allows Team Liquid to send enough members to actually stop it from happening. And, you know, to their credit, Evil Geniuses did have a pretty darn good early game. They won the top lane. They got the first couple of kills in the bottom lane. Soligo, on one of his signature champions, is beating Harry in what is typically a skill matchup, right? Harry was the person we keep talking about as having these big leads early on, but Evil Geniuses actually had a really good first couple of minutes. But it is now Team Liquid who's taking control over the game. They're starting to look at the opportunities to pick off Surdy before the upcoming Dragon fight, make sure that he doesn't have too much pressure, and he won't be able to start hitting the turrets while Bradley tries to group for the actual objective.
It's a pretty slow burn at this stage of the game for Team Liquid Academy. At the moment, it's not really about fights, it's just about structures and trying to obtain as much gold as your favorite word to say for that team fight timer coming up.
Team fight timer.
2 minutes. It's only going to be a soul point, but it's not the most critical thing. The big thing there is it is an infernal Drake, so something to contest over.
We'll see what Surdy can actually get done, right? Because he is still strong, but oh boy.
Are we always doing this?
Oh boy.
Here we go. Soligo. No. Oh, the charm! It was standing still!
It was blind.
Still.
Yeah, that was so funny. Soligo just presses S, keep himself alive. That's one of those small things that you kind of have to keep track of. So good job to Soligo. No, I don't know if he knew that people were there, but the result is still the same. Surdy's going to be taking away this blue buff, but we now have 1 minute left until the actual dragon. Surdy, he can come try and team fight, but he's behind the curve at this point when it comes to where Jan and Harry are.
And a lot of these cheeky plays have been coming out. You can see Team Liquid
it
have
wasn't
vision
blind.
Here. They have
vision.
He
and he just stopped!
Soligo outplayed them by shopping. Let's be real.
Yo, I hope Soligo was wearing his brown pants.
Yeah, you don't see the stains.
Okay, Surdy getting collapsed upon. It's about 40
pants.
seconds before the dragon. He needs the brown pants.
There's the Cyclone knockup onto Surdy. Will put out the repost. Tomio trying to defend here, but it's only to make sure that Surdy is going to get away. The Rift Herald was put down, so the siege beginning, 4-man strong, is Team Liquid. And with the lower health bars coming out from Evil Geniuses, contesting the siege, Tall Task View. There it is. So low is this tower. A couple more autos would be able to finish it off. The minion wave is still there, so walking forward is Team Liquid, and now looking to go for a fight as Tomio goes after Ayla, chases him down, gets him low, shuts down Ayla. It's a kill for Evil Geniuses. Tomio looking to follow through, sees Bradley over the wall, will follow him through with the Heartbreaker. Now Tomio taking the form of the cannon over the wall again. Evil Geniuses will chase you through mountains, through forests to try and secure a kill. They're going to be rewarded with Baron on top of it, Josh.
Yeah, the location of the fight was perfect. They punished an overextension. Harry wasn't there to actually go for the fight. And so Evil Geniuses turning things around, extending the game and picking up this Baron. Now they will give over another Dragon, but Evil Geniuses definitely won a much larger prize. They even up the gold off of that, and it was yet again, we looked at a couple overextensions from Ayla in game 1 that really hurt some of their chances. Now they catch him out again in this game. It feels like Team Liquid going to try and end the game a little bit earlier, leaving a couple cracks that Golden Guardians weren't able to exploit, but Evil Geniuses have.
Spawn. Spawn. About the time, man. What about the time? As we see this play coming out from Evil Geniuses, look at Tomio go so deep and commit to the play.
Yeah, I mean, Ayla's just a little bit too far forward, and they just have the damage necessary to pick him up. They didn't have the vision, and so Evil Geniuses are finding the cracks in the armor to run everybody down. When you just have a total route coming through, it doesn't matter that your team comp isn't the most cohesive thing, because you're just going to be hitting anybody that you can. Now with Baron, we'll see what Evil Geniuses can accomplish. Surdy, no longer the main character. Suddenly we're looking at Tomio and Saligo as the players who really need to make things happen. Tomio looking to find these flanks, and Saligo, of course, as he goes to infinity, Saligo will eventually find the kill.
Tomio right there on the flank towards Harry, but sees the 4-man unit coming up from Team Liquid. Armeo looking for an opportunity to get that Cyclone, get that engage. Smoothie there. Cowrie. Now Tomio just waiting over the wall. So kind of culminating over towards this mid lane. The lines are drawn on one end, Team Liquid on the other end. Evil Geniuses, who's willing to cross that line, Josh?
Well, hopefully it's Evil Geniuses, right? Because they are still on a bit of a timer in order to try and make things happen, because Team Liquid will inexorably come back, and now they find the first one. They're looking for Jan.
Ooh, a nice sleep comes in, knock up onto Jan. Smoothie will grab that kill. Tomio chases, and there's the Cyclone onto Surdy. Just chasing him off the tower. Surdy getting low. Evil Geniuses all over the jungle of Team Liquid. Now looking for the flank onto Bradley. Tough spot for Bradley to beat. Ayla caught out. There is Sleepy Trouble Bubble. But Ayla's going to be fine. Slicing Maelstrom onto Tomio. It's a shutdown. Ayla grabs it. Now in the mid lane, Evil Genius is still continuing the siege, but it was not as clean as they wanted it to be.
Oh, man. I was so excited for Saligo. I wanted to talk about he had landed the first bubble. He had picked up Jan the first time. Then he was able to look for the bubble. He got Ayla, but he just barely shorts the paddle star, and that leaves Tomio out to dry. So that stops a lot of the momentum the Evil Geniuses had just picked up, and those are the mistakes that Team Liquid prey on. Evil Geniuses can't afford to do that again.
Seemed like a hard collapse onto Bradley, but they had no clue Bradley was there for a moment as they went onto Ayla. Bradley just did the slicing Maelstrom. Now Team Liquid taking this reset. We don't really have too much up at the moment. It's 2 minutes and 30 seconds before the next Drake. We got 3 minutes before the Baron, 24 minutes into this. It is still gold lead going the way of Evil Geniuses, but one of the things I'm keeping my eye on is that Dragon count. We are at Soul Point. Next one is going to be the Dragon Soul for Team Liquid.
Yeah, and it's going to be Team Liquid who have to be very careful that they don't make a similar mistake to the one they made last time, right? Ayla was a little bit too far extended, but his flash looks like it will be up for this upcoming fight, and that will allow them to be a lot more impactful and make sure that they don't get caught out in the same manner. Remember, he's got 4 of his team's kills along with Armeo. They actually have so much gold on the jungle support duo, something that we haven't had a whole lot of chance to talk about. But that means that the major damage carries, your Ezreal, your Ahri, your Kennen, aren't nearly as strong, so it puts a lot of pressure on the jungle support to actually get things done, get the vision control necessary so that Jan and Harry don't feel pressured to make crazy plays.
EG feel pressured for this vision control entirely with his Dragon coming up, and you see them putting wards in deep to the jungle of Team Liquid, setting up very early for this Infernal Drake that's going to be spawning in the next minute 20. And you have to feel like this is going to be the next big team fight. You can't have Team Liquid acquire that Drake EG need to fight.
As they start to take control of it, they also need to make sure they have control of the mid lane. Evil Geniuses need to make sure that Team Liquid don't have easy ways to get towards the Dragon. Team Liquid, they're going deep. They did this last time as well. Remember, they went topside right before the Dragon, pulling all of Evil Geniuses there, so it's easier for Team Liquid to rotate back to the Dragon. But this time, Evil Geniuses, they're just like, nope, we don't care. We got a Dragon to fight for. You can fight for it if you want. Or do they?
This is cheeky. They don't see the flank coming up here. There's no wards. Depending on the route they take, they are going to go and reculminate with the team, so not taking any flanking advantages here. but he's still got 30 seconds before the Drake. Evil Genius is a chunk of damage onto Harry. Now we'll see if Tomio's willing to dive in to start this up, but look at Cowrie. Cowrie ran low to start that one off thanks to the pedal star that's coming out. Pushed in is Tomio. Tomio looking to get away. Smoothie gets the devour, pulls him right out. Now Surdy chased out by Harry. No one to go down just yet, but the Cyclone might change that as Smoothie gets knocked up, flashes way. Jumping in is going to be Harry, gets the charm in, but he falls thanks to it. Tomio able to get it, gets that Ari form. Sligo bringing in the paddle star, and the Sleepy Trouble Bubble lays to rest Armeo, but it's the clone. Armeo still standing. Jan able to take down Tomio, and a 1-4-1 thus far. Still standing forward. Team Liquid with the inside track. Here comes the teleport out of Evil Geniuses. Surdy now rejoining the fight. Bradley, you got to keep a close eye here. He does not have the slicing maelstrom. This is a hard team fight for Team Liquid to pull off, and Evil Geniuses are collapsing. The Dragon's already been pulled. Armeo's looking to try and grab the Drake, but goes back to his team to try and help out. Bradley critically low. Cowrie takes him down. A 1-for-1 exchange to continue this fight. As Smoothie also falls. Jan, he's bloodthirsty. He smells blood in the water, and he will chase down all of the Evil Geniuses to secure the ace for Team Liquid.
Jan finally showing up. We knew this player was ready to go. We knew he could carry these team fights, but finally he pairs the fancy feet with aggression and goes right into the members of Evil Geniuses. They needed to keep Armeo alive so he could actually smite the dragon. They do just that. He stands tall. Armeo still deathless, and now they turn their attention towards the Baron.
Big play out of Jan. He is a positioning expert, Joshi. That's one of the big things that I heard Cubby talk about, how impactful positioning is going to be in the durability patch, while Jan is styling when it comes to that in these deep team fights. Now Tomio trying to set up for the steal here. 4,000 health remains. He is stealth. He is taking the long path, but Harry wants to capitalize here.
Oh, they find him.
Able to get it onto him. Now Tomio looking for the escape. Doesn't want to challenge for this Baron anymore, but Harry wants to claim his life. Will follow through, has only one more charge of the Spirit Rush, but gonna back out because going towards Evil Genius territory. Barrett for TL.
Yeah, they just need to make sure there is no ability for him to heartbreak into the actual pit, but we'll take another look at this play and just watch how aggressive Jan is. This is how you're supposed to play the Ezreal, like a Chad. You look for your opportunities to go in, and he just stands and delivers. He knows he's not under threat when he stands here. There's no way for Kyrie to hit him. Sligo doesn't have any buttons, and so as soon as you have that opportunity, you just use it to go forward. And you know, props to Ayla as well, taking the bullet for his AD carry, making sure that he doesn't fall to the paddle star. Every single piece coming together, but now they got to be careful. The cogs are turning.
Desperation play coming out of Evil Geniuses. They see that Team Liquid are split, but they can't get in fast enough. And now Harry's going to turn this one around. A chunk of damage goes back through. True shot barrage down the middle, landing onto no one. A big threat of Harry and Ayla, but the push is coming from every single lane. In the top, you got Bradley. In the mid and bottom, the rest of Team Liquid.
Wow, Team Liquid just the full core press. They get the first turret in the bottom lane. They get another turret in the mid lane. Now they're continuing to press all over the map. And it's going to be Evil Geniuses. This is a situation where they could potentially thrive. Sligo looking for these paddle stars, looking for the Sleepy Trouble Bubbles, taking half of Harry's HP. It is on Sligo to try and carry this game.
They're going after Jan. Surdy jumps forward. The response out of Evil Geniuses, they're trying to make sure that the tower's not going to go down. They realize that Tomio's on the flank, and Tomio goes in. But the Cyclone stops him from doing anything else. And look at Jan, the pure aggression, the audacity of him to continuously arcane shift forward, use it for damage, and come up huge to send in so many members of Evil Geniuses back to the respawn and claim these inhibitor towers.
Yeah, it's one going down, another one falls as well. All three inhibitors. The inhibitors lay bare as Team Liquid look to end the game potentially. That's first inhibitor down. They're looking for another one.
Stun comes out in the charm onto Tomio. Beautiful by Harry. Knocks him to half health. Oh, every single inhibitor with this Baron empowered push. This siege will go down. Double super minions. It's only the final nails in the coffin, Josh.
I don't know if Evil Genius can stand Jan on 4 items. They go in.
They're going for it. Smoothie runs low. Jan! My god, the damage! Armeo decimates another one. And Evil Genius has got no chance of standing towards the assault. The assault that's coming out from Team Liquid as they stand right on that respawn. Plenty of BM to get that final kill in, trying to take down Surdy. Oh, that's a lot of BM coming through as Surdy just styles on it. Few more kills for the Laughs, but Team Liquid will continue their domination, taking another 2-0 series.
I just want to make it known that Armeo's only death during that game was the fountain dive at the very end. They played that so well throughout the entire thing. Armeo was everywhere he needed to be to prevent anything from happening on the side of Evil Geniuses, but we gotta give credit where credit is due. Not only have these been longer series, or longer games than the ones that Golden Guardians played, but at different points, Evil Geniuses fought back. They got the Baron in that game. They had the lead. They had Kauri and Smoothie were actually challenging on an Ayla early on in the game. Surdy was taking down Bradley up in the top lane, and even Saligo had his mid lane advantage in the Zoe versus Arya matchup. So all these things are promising signs for the side of Evil Geniuses, and if they can exacerbate some of these strengths that they have, if they can continue to allow Tomio to play and actually find a lot of these ganks, they could potentially win up against Team Liquid. But for now, we still have our Proven Grounds champions undefeated in the first 4 games of Academy Summer.
They're looking so good. Domination in day number 1 against Golden Guardians Academy, and they're continuing it into day number 2. Would like to know more about the thought patterns going on in Team Liquid's heads, and luckily for us, Sierra will have an interview for us. So we are going to be right back, and she will join you with an interview with our winners.
everyone, and welcome back to our post-game interview. I have Bradley sitting down with me to talk about the games that we just saw. Bradley, really strong start to the split. Was this a surprise at all from you guys?
Absolutely not. When we were coming into the split, we wanted to kind of, for lack of a better term, shit on everyone, and that's what we're set out to do. So the fact that it's happening is not a surprise to us.
I mean, that's definitely how things are going. It's been a strong performance from everyone from the team. Was this something, too, that in summer a lot of work was put into this? Especially, this is a roster that stuck around for a while. Like, what was that pre-split preparation like?
Well, everyone apart from myself went to Korea, so they were all training to be the best fakers that they could be. And then while they were in Korea, I was doing my own work with like VODs and such. So during the off season, I would say my team definitely put in the work and the effort to get better and to make sure that going into it, we want to be the best. So that's kind of what our off season looked like.
All right, did you at least get to do something fun then while everyone else was going to Korea? Did you get to go and enjoy your summer at least?
I did have some fun, yeah. I went on a cruise ship, so I would say that's pretty cool.
That's a nice little break, honestly. What was the best part of the cruise? I'll have to ask. I've never been on one.
Well, we went to the Bahamas, so I would definitely say that was the best part. Getting to see kind of like the beach and the clear water. It was very nice.
Instead of touching grass, going out and touching some sand, enjoying the summer. Respect. Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go. All right, we'll bring it back to the game a little bit. Total domination is what we're seeing from Team Liquid so far. What do you think
Of course.
would have to happen now from another team to maybe even knock you off of this top spot?
Replace their whole roster. They need like the whole T1 squad, I think. We're carrying the momentum from last bit. So it's not going to be easy for another team.
These are some fighting words. Respect. I like it. And then for yourself, you're obviously feeling good about these wins and this performance. What else can we really expect to see from you this split?
So my goals, of course, after last split we won. It was, it felt really good. But coming into the split, for myself in the top lane, having just role swapped, I really wanted to be known that, coming into it, this is something that I can compete with at the highest level with all the best tops in Academy and potentially like LCS as well. So going into like this split, it's definitely my goal to try to, win every lane, perform the best in team best that I can, and really like be the difference maker that my team can need sometimes. Most of the time they don't because they're the best, but that's my goal specifically, is to just be the difference maker when it really matters.
Respectable. You're saying to everyone on the team's the best. Anyone in particular that you just want to talk up right now? Yourself, rest of the team. It's a moment to have a little bit of an ego.
Oh, I mean, they're all like really good in their own regards. Like Harry and y'all's mechanical prowess is like amongst the best that I've seen from like ADCs and supports. And I would say like the knowledge that my jungler and support brings to the table is like absolutely on a different level than everyone else in Academy. So it's really nice working with them because we have the fingers and we have the knowledge. So it feels really good.
And the fact, too, that you can just trust on your team as well. You don't have to go and learn basics as like rosters coming together. Instead, you can focus on yourself. I'm sure that's huge for yourself and everyone else, just trying to make sure your own skills are up to par heading to summer and beyond.
Oh yeah, it feels really nice, especially too, because just like how you were saying, how we don't have to focus on the very like basic things. Since my teammates already have that prior knowledge of sticking together for many splits now, whenever we're going into reviews, that's something more player driven. Of like they're the ones telling me these things, so that our coach can focus on the nuances, which really feels good because it means that you're just learning faster when everyone's more connected.
Yeah, creates that Team Liquid difference that we're seeing out on the Rift for certain.
Yep.
Well, a pressing question that we were talking about in our game segment earlier on, we talked about it a little bit in the green room. Desirex saying that he would take you to Thanksgiving dinner with the family. You're just that type of person.
Aw,
but if
what
you
a
got
homie.
to go, right? If you got to go, what dish are you taking to Desirex's parents to impress them, though?
Ooh. See, for Thanksgiving, I've always been a big mac and cheese guy, but it can't be like a basic mac and cheese. It's probably got to be some like 4-layer cheese, like top noodle. It's gonna be good. Listen, it sounds basic at first. It sounds basic at first, but the cheese is gonna be the difference. They'll like it.
Okay, I'll be looking out for that. Before I let you go, any parting words, anything you might have to say?
Good luck, everyone else.
Good luck, everyone else. Thank you so much for sitting down and talking with me, Bradley. Have a great rest of your day. As for
Thank
us,
you.
we're going to head back over to the desk. We're going to